Hi, here I have 4 new coins for my collection. Today, as you can see, it's older stuff. So I start with Old Hungarian Kingdom. First I got this denar of Charles Robert of Anjou. And I'm quite happy with this piece because his denars are usually very poorly struck, and this is actually quite nice one. So we can see king sitting on a throne holding a scepter and an orb. You can even see part of his face, which is especially nice. And the other side is also quite interesting because we have, of course, typical inscription Moneta Regis Hungariae. In the middle we have the top part of Hungarian Anjou coat of arms, which was placed on the shield. So we have helmet. This is a type of great helmet with crown on top, and from the crown we can see 2 feathers and an ostrich head holding a horseshoe in its beak, an M mint mark, but this is unknown mint because at this time, in the time of Charles Robert and his son Louis, the mint mark system on Hungarian coins was really only started, so many of these denars are simply we are not sure where and by who were they minted, because only later the mint marks get more traditional. So this is a really nice piece, I'm quite happy with it. And then from his son Louis I or Louis the Great, we have a Saracen type denar, but this is quite interesting variant. As you can see, there is pretty strong doubling, but the face is quite detailed. You can even see small dots on the head for hair, which is not very typical, and also very strong line between the text and the head, which is also looks too strong for it being just a design layout line when the dies were made to help with the text and image. And on the other side also typical design, double cross, inscription, and also this line is also very strong for just a layout design. So I'm quite happy also with this interesting variant. And then we move to Emperor Leopold I. I got this 15 Kreutzer from Silesia, from Wrocław, or at the time it was Breslau or Vratislav in Czech Kingdom. As you can see, it's not very good strike, but this is actually a little above average for early types or early years from Wrocław mint, because at the time these coins were still minted by hand, so they were practically hammered, and they are usually very poorly and weakly struck. And I took it because it has really nice face details. You can also see a little of clothing. And on the other side we have typical double-headed eagle with Austrian coat of arms, 1664, and GH, which is Georg Andreas Hubner. Also you can see the eagle is also quite weakly struck, but as I see, there are much worse. Or as I said, sorry. And the last coin is a kopeck, another kopeck from Ivan IV of Ivan the Terrible. And this is more detailed, a rider holding a spear. And you can see even a little a little part of or top part of a mint mark, P and C, which is PS. This was minted again in Veliki Novgorod as that previous Kopegai got, but this was minted after he became a Tsar in 1546. Inscription is not as nice as on that last Kopek, but still a lot of it's still here. Just the top line is very poorly visible and parts of it are missing. But still not a bad piece. Especially this very nice rider. So that's all. Thanks for watching and goodbye.